Hey, and welcome back to another video where today, as you can see, my world looks a little bit different. If you haven't been caught up with the streams, then you haven't seen the base progress that has been going on. So I got rid of the little piece of bedrock that was right here. If you were in the streams, you know how long that took. That took so long and so many hours of work for, what was it, 11 pieces of bedrock? So it probably wasn't even worth it, but that's all gone. We've built the crystal. We're getting started on the little area around here, which I have an idea for and I've been working on in a creative world, so I might show that off in just a minute. We had some villagers right here. I don't know if I even had those in my episode. I think I did that on stream as well. If you missed any of the streams, go ahead and go check those out. I had a lot of fun, and I'll be doing some more streams pretty soon. So just whenever you want to come and hang out, I might be streaming, so just go check. And while you're checking if I'm streaming, how about you subscribe too? That would really help me out in my channel, and maybe leave a like on the video. This is a visual glitch that I can't seem to get to go away, so I'll figure that out at some point. But we finally unlocked simple storage, which, you know, was a big request from a lot of people, especially in the streams. We also unlocked easy villagers, so we've got a lot of cool stuff. We also have some really good vault gear, including an Omega axe, which I actually got off camera, so the people on the stream haven't even seen this one yet. Something that happened is a new update came out, and they changed the way magnets work, which I've actually already rolled a new one. So they work the same way that all the other gear works, as in it gets crafted in here. You use magnetite, vault gold, diamonds, netherite, and vault plating to make one. You just craft it like you always do, and you roll it just like every other item, which I actually rolled a second one. I think I stuck it in here. Yeah, but it wasn't as good. I don't think I showed off these either. These are animal pins, which basically you take this little animal jar, and this little area right here was empty for a while, and an animal will spawn. You shift and you pick it up, and then you can place down these little animal pins and put the little jar in, and they'll sit right there, and you can breed them up and you can kill them, which you can't actually use an axe, which is kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. I can just grab a sword. Some trader llamas actually spawned with a wandering trader, and I damaged one of them, and its health bar stayed whenever I picked it up, so just watch out for that. And also, we found out that there are some random just generated chunks of ocean just kind of, you know, sitting out here enjoying themselves. And there are some more chunks. See, it kind of ends right there. There's more chunks over here, and there's like a couple of chunks over there. But we're just going to pretend they're not there for now because I don't want to have to deal with those. Also, we made this little drop down to a mob farm. This little area right here is actually a slime farm. Speaking of slimes, here's a big one I can take care of if I can hit it correctly, because I needed some slime for a crystal. But yeah, this farm spawns all types of stuff. It spawns zombies, creepers, basically anything that this chest is showing right now. Also, it spawns glow squids, which was interesting. I didn't expect them to spawn, but I made it pretty low, so they just ended up spawning anyways. So it supplies me with my levels and with anything else that I really need from it. Also, I made this vault pickaxe, which with the update is now a legacy pickaxe. You can see in the name, which I was like, wow, this is really cool. I've got a new vault pickaxe, but it's now not usable, which before you would craft using, actually you would just craft it in a crafting table, and you would use this tool vise to upgrade it. But now the tool vise and this are both legacy items, so I can't really use them anymore. I mean, I can still use it, but it's gonna be kind of like a little cool item I have from the past. Also, I unlocked pouches, or sophisticated backpacks, I guess, which allows me to have these little things. If you were here for last season, it's basically danks and backpacks combined. So you've got all these items in these little pouches. You add little stack upgrades, and you can also add pickup upgrades to make it pick it up on its own. But those are pretty expensive. They've actually gotten cheaper since last time that I've looked, in the chromatic steel view of things. But yeah, so these are pretty cool. If you see it down there on my leg, I've tied that one to one of the buttons on my mouse. I can just shift and then click insert, and anything in my inventory that fits in any of these slots will go straight into there. Same with this one. Just open it and I can do that, and I'll clear my inventory real quick, which is really helpful in the vaults. I also made this shard pouch which holds a bunch of shards, which is really nice. Yeah, I did a ton of stuff on stream. Some of it I probably should have done an episode over, but you know, streaming was a lot of fun and I had a week off, so it was great. I also got some sugarcane and some cactus and other farms in between the stream and this episode. And what I really wanted to do to start the episode is to get this tool station all built, which basically, actually, I don't think the stream people saw this either. The storage request table now has a crafting grid because I got stuff for a POG, which my original first POG is still in here, so I haven't used it yet. We're still okay on that. It's going to be a little testimony to my first one, but now I can just take stuff straight from my storage, which is super nice. Let's put it instead of the tool vise since you can't actually use this anymore. Oh wait, let me use my little pickaxe real quick. And actually, I also got some living chests, which you can find as living chest scrolls inside of living chests, and they allow you to make living chests, which they're pretty big actually, pretty cool. Anyways, let's place this down and let's get a new pickaxe made, which these pickaxes get up to really high level stuff, but this one requires level 90, 80, 65, 50, 35, 20. I can make this one because I'm level 15. This, I can make it level 20, but you can make pickaxes, axes, shovels, hammers, which mine are 3x3, and sickles, which work the same as hoes. So let's stick some of this in here. Actually, let's not stick all of it in there. Some driftwood, which I have a million driftwood, and some vault bronze. And let's craft an iron pick, I guess, or a chromatic iron pick, I guess. Okay, so it's got mining speed 9, 4,000 durability, and prefixes are picking. It's level 0, has 1 repair. Pretty cool, I guess. Okay, let's do a little test real quick. So let's see how quick these break. See how quick they break a piece of obsidian in relativity to each other. So this is the old pickaxe. Took a pretty good amount of time, but it was fast enough. This one's the new one, which is considerably slower, but seeing as the other one has efficiency 4 on it, I'm sure I can upgrade this one. So if I just stick it in here, can I? Yeah, okay. Let me get some levels real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, that should be good. And efficiency, and silk touch. Wow, okay. I didn't even need to add silk touch to it. That's nice. I still need to get Unbreaking 3, which is one of these guys. Here he is. 11 emeralds. Thank you, sir. And let's add it. Oh, it broke. Oh, I guess I need to make a new one. There is a thing called the Vault Anvil, but it's really expensive. I don't quite have enough chromatic steel. I do have the 4 black chromatic steel, but I don't have enough of the chromatic steel to make it. So we're just gonna have to go with this for now. So this is the old one. Okay, pretty fast. And this one's probably about the same actually. So they're pretty close, if not exactly the same. If you want to look at my armor, I'm just gonna hover over this stuff, just so you can see what it has. But a lot of this stuff is really good, so. And this is my little armor set, if you want to see what it looks like. The helmet and the leggings are just what they came with, but the boots and the chest plate are actually from the Villagers mod, and I used the transmogrification table to get it. If you unlock a new chest plate, you can choose to add that to anything just using Vault Bronze. So, if I get some stuff reorganized, I might want to run a vault. I haven't run a vault on an episode in a little while, so, you know, let's do a quick one. Ooh, it's like the Christmas themed one. I like this one. So basically how I run through these vaults now is I just kind of sprint through here, I place some unobtainium, and then I just kind of go in and kill these guys. Oh, and I didn't even realize, this is a scavenger vault, so I need empty jars, blood vials, purple mob essence, and earrings. The purple mob essence shouldn't be hard. The earrings is actually going to be probably the most difficult thing since they're an omega item. The empty jars will be a little hard, and the blood vials might be hard too, so I may or may not be able to complete this vault. We'll have to see. Ooh, and apparently I also got wealthy in this vault, so these will be sitting around everywhere, which is pretty nice. They also added a bunch of new POIs, which are points of interest, all of the little spots of chests all around the room. My stream a little while ago was asking me to get some of this, so we are going to grab some chocolate milk, because everybody was telling me that chocolate milk is the best way to go whenever you're looking for something to use as a little MLG clutch. Okay, let's see how fast we can break this. We might not be able to break it in time, but... Oh, no, we did it. Ooh, a chipped jewel. That adds mining speed. That's cool. So I'm gonna have to add some new stuff to my pouches because there's gonna be a lot of new stuff that I don't have. If you haven't noticed already, I have a lot of new skills as well as upgrading some old ones. I upgraded my dash. I got this thing called Ghost Walk, which gives you invulnerability for 6 seconds as long as you don't hit anything. I also upgraded my heal. I got this other thing that's called Hunter, which if you click it, it will point out the objective of the rooms, like the scavenger altar or the obelisks, or it will point out the little god altars, which have actually also changed. A lot of stuff has changed since I've done a video, actually. Let's see if we can find an altar. Ooh, and these got added too. These things give you buffs, so this grants me +1 strength for 3 minutes. So I'll just be able to hit things harder, I guess. Man, my inventory fills up fast with all of these little scavenger items. Which scavenger items, they will fill up your inventory fast, but they're also really good because every item in the game has a soul value, which if you get this item called the Soul Extractor, you can change them into soul shards, which is super nice, and you can spend the soul shards in the black market. There's probably another thing that I haven't shown off in a video yet. So if you really want to learn some of this stuff, you should probably go watch the streams, because that's where I explain stuff the best. I think there's some stuff under the chocolate milk here. I'm just gonna kind of look around until I see a chest. There's one. Okay, another chest. It's so hard to see anything down here. Alright, cool, I think I got everything. So we needed 3 of those, so we're most of the way there on that. We only have 1 purple mob essence, which is okay, we can find that. We still need to find the 2 empty jars. Doesn't look like we found any in those chests earlier. We still need those earrings, which the earrings are obviously going to be really hard because they're an omega item. See if we can get this spawner before anything else spawns. Okay, well, they just fell off, so that's fine with me. Alright, cool, we're up to 4, which means we're actually past the number I needed. That's nice. A little trap there. Oh, it actually gives you like a little effect on your screen there. That's pretty cool. They must have just added that. Ooh, Vault Diamond. I did bring a shulker box in. Okay. I am notoriously forgetful for basically everything that I'm doing all the time. So I'm actually surprised that I brought it in. Oh, I actually just realized we've got all the 4 purple mob essence we needed. This might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be. If we can find... Oop. I just put in my... I just put in my shield, and it thankfully gave it back to me. I didn't know you could put anything in there. That's funny. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is where you can get vault ores, which I don't know if I've actually gotten any on a recording. So this might be the first time some of you have seen it. But basically, if I can take care of this guy real quick, there's a ton of vault stone, but hiding in the vault stone are these vault ores, which are basically used for everything, so just grab everything you can, basically. Line up all these ores. Ooh, black opal. I think the ore that we're limited on right now is sparkletine, so that would be really great if I could find some of that. Ooh, here's some more ores, though. I've found that whenever I go into a room, it's either mainly focused on chests or mainly focused on ores. And sometimes it'll have one or the other just kind of added in there randomly, but this one seems to be focused on ores, but I'm always happy with ores, so that's fine with me. Oh, where did you guys come from? Is there a spawner somewhere that I missed? Ah, there it is. I'm gonna actually activate Ghost Walk while I'm mining this, just in case they spawn. And they did. So it's good that I did that, so I didn't get hurt while I was mining that. Ooh, black opal. Oh, I also just remembered, I got this thing called the bounty table, which basically you choose a bounty, and whatever bounty you choose, you have to do that thing in a vault. So mine happens to be find 23 woodedite ore in the vault, and it'll give me all that stuff. Here's one right here. So as long as I can find and break 23 woodedite ore, then I'll be able to get those rewards, which the higher level you get, the harder those get, but also the better the rewards you get. Ooh, and another ore. Oh, is that Echo? I think that's my second Echo ore that I found in vaults so far. My first one already broke, so if you want to see it being broken, you can go watch my stream. So let's see how much we can get from that one once we take it home and break it with some fortune. It's not looking very good if I'm trying to finish the objective, but still looting some pretty good stuff. Oh, here's one of the new altars, which let's take care of these guys before I do anything with it. So this one is asking for 3 hearts, so you just give it 3 hearts just like you used to. But now when you click it, there's no chest. It gives you instead a blessing, which you can use to create the idols, which, ooh, got a little poison, which it doesn't make the damaging sound. A little scary, but that's fine, I guess. Wonder if that's a glitch. But anyways, there is actually a rare chance that you can get an idol straight from them. And there's also a rare chance that you can get a favor, which if you get favor with one of the gods, then if you complete the next vault, you'll get to keep that favor as a reputation point. Never completed the vault afterwards, so we're still sitting at 0 on all of the gods, but we'll try to get that number up at some point. Ooh, we've only got 3 minutes left. This is gonna have to be our last thing that we do. We got 2 minutes to get out. Let's do it quick. It's kind of sad. I was hoping to complete this objective, but we're a little unlucky with the spawns. Let's get out of here. 4,340 XP. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. Let's empty the pouches. Let's also do this relic booster pack, which is obviously nothing, because I never get anything from relic booster packs. And we also got 2 mystery boxes, so let's see what we get from these. We got emeralds and diamonds. Okay, not bad. Ooh, we also got this chipped jewel, which adds mining speed to these pickaxes. If you look, you can see capacity 100. So you can add jewels onto it, which I'm not exactly sure how you do that. I assume it's just in an anvil. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so, there it is. Size 41, so it takes up 41 out of the 100 to add 1.9 mining speed, which, you know, that's fine with me. Anything I can pick up in the soul shop? Nope. We've only got 356 shards, which, ooh, we could gamble. Let's do it. That was a terrible gamble. All we got was a kiwi. It adds 10 seconds to the vault timer, which, you know, is nice sometimes, but I didn't really need it. I've got plenty of that. Actually, let's see how many kiwis we have. We have 14. Yeah, we've got plenty. How close are we on the bounty here? 12, okay. You can also now find these legendary bounties, which are found in treasure rooms. I decided to stop doing most of the vaults on camera because it would be pretty boring, because I was just trying to get create, and it would be a lot of knowledge stars. So here's kind of the little bits of progress that I was making while I was leading up to getting create, with all of the leveling up and the mystery boxes that I was opening, as well as all of the gear that I was rolling. Some of the stuff actually ended up being super good, like these boots. You can really see the realization set in after I look at the boots for about 10 minutes. I actually had to cut down the footage because I was staring at them for so long trying to figure out how in the world I got this. One of the vaults I did, I actually got to complete a scavenger hunt, which was, I think, the second scavenger hunt I ever did, so it was really cool to be able to actually complete one. I got a ton of experience for this one, 12,000. And I got the crate, obviously, which let me roll this chest plate, which ended up actually being pretty terrible, so I just went and smelted it down immediately. I decided to break down some Binyatite because I was running out and I needed some more perfect Binyatite for knowledge stars. So I broke down a bunch of it. I rolled a new magnet that I found in the vaults. And some more knowledge stars. These new boots I actually got were really good and were actually better than the ones I had. And I finally put those on my mob farm. This actually was the last thing I needed for my bounty, which was nice. I found this bartering room while I was running through the vault. Let me go ahead and mark real quick. Ooh, a chipped jewel for 2 gold. So I got Gilded Affinity. Cool. Ooh, another chipped jewel. This one is Living Affinity. Cool. And another one. This one is Mining Speed. Cool. Anything up the stairs? Ooh, a mystery box. Let me make a crafting table real quick. Yeah, no, that only makes 3. I need 7. Oh well. From that vault, I actually got a sword and an axe, which both ended up being alright, but I didn't really like them, so I just decided to smelt them down. Here's some more mystery boxes, and I got to level 18. This Sparkletine I was really excited for because I could make more pogs, but then it ended up giving me none, so I was a little frustrated about that. I also got some more vault gear. Chestplate was alright. It had the same amount of armor, so I kept it, and I'll use it whenever I need a new chestplate. Finally, after lots and lots of work, I got the last knowledge star I needed for Create. It took me a ton of hours, but I did it. So yeah, I have Create now, which is amazing. So something that I've been working on a creative world is my little base over here. Once we finish it, there is this really cool machine called the schematic cannon, which basically, let me actually make it real quick. I already made this schematic table just a second ago. You take the schematic cannon and the schematic table, and you get an empty schematic. Perfect. Basically what you can do, you can put it in the schematic table, and you can choose something. This little corner thing is something I made in the creative world. I made 4 corners of my build, and I just copied and pasted, so I didn't have to build it 4 times. So if I did that, then I could put it onto the schematic, and then I could put that in my world. For me to be able to do that, I'd need to get the materials, and this little schematic cannon would shoot out the materials into the right spots, basically just building it for me as long as I have the materials. And it'll tell me what materials I need, which is super nice. Up in this section, I think. Yeah, place a book here to print a checklist for your schematic. So, pretty cool. Some other basic things for Create that I am going to get started with. Let's get some rotational power. So, let's start off with the water wheel, which is not too expensive. I need to get a bucket. There we go, water wheel. Let's get a little water thing set up. I don't really know where to put it. We're kind of running out of space here, so we really need to get that base built. But before we can do that, we're gonna have to clear some of this area as well. Anyways, let's get this water wheel going. And, I don't know, let's just build it over here. I'm not exactly sure how much space this is gonna take up, so we're just gonna build a pretty big space here. Okay. Place the water wheel there. Oh, it's starting to rain, of course. Because it's always raining on this world. I need to get some water, or at least a bucket anyway. And let's get some soul sand as well. And I'll show you why. If you place the water right here, it will... that didn't really work, did it? Okay, I think you have to... Not there. Place it right there. There we go. It'll start the spinning rotation, which, you know, is good. And then if you place water here, and then get a piece of soul sand to stick at the bottom, it'll make it go even faster. And let's get some water to flow over the top, and look at that. So now we've got our first little bit of rotational power. Pretty cool. Let's sleep to get this rain to go away. And then we need to make let's make the mechanical press. Which, to make the mechanical press, apparently I don't have anything, so you need shafts, which is andesite alloy. Which andesite alloy is not exactly the least expensive thing. Okay, let's make some shafts. Andesite casing. So you need to put andesite alloy on a chromatic iron block. And place it right on there. We need a block of iron. That shouldn't be too hard. And there we go. Got the mechanical press. And for the mechanical press to work the best, you can put a depot underneath it, which we're going to need another andesite casing. Perfect. So I think this isn't quite in the right spot, so we're going to have to place it right there. Place that, oop, not there. Place a shaft in between, there we go. And perfect. So now if we place something in there, let me grab something. So now if you place some gold in there, it should smash it just like that. And I got the advancement. Boink. Also, I have some skill points that I want to use. I'm not really sure how I want to use them yet. I might go for another level in strength, so we're gonna have to save up one more for that. Or we could go haste. I'm not really sure which, but then whenever you want to collect them, you just right click. So I have 7 gold sheets. For now, that's all I'm gonna get because I don't really have any use for them just yet. The biggest thing that I'm gonna want to do is make some crushers. I think that's what they're called. Oh, crushing wheels. And grab some more of this. Let's make, I don't know, 6. That should be fine. Alright, cool. So actually we need 2 of these. Come on, you're almost there. There we go. Okay. Throw these in just like that and make 1 belt. We need actually, I think you only need 1 belt, don't you? But what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna actually go back because I don't have any blocks. I'm gonna take it from the back this time. Stick it here, there, and then 1 over, just like that, and stick the mechanical belt in between those 2, just like that. Perfect. So now I can place these crusher wheels on it. And oop. Overstressed. Ah, of course. Let's take that out. Perfect. We've got some crusher wheels going, which they're both going the same way. We gotta figure out how to switch one up. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time, but this time we're gonna have it come out 1 more and have a gear shift right here, which should change the direction that it's spinning. So these are both spinning the same way, but as soon as I place this redstone torch, it spins the opposite way. So these are actually both spinning the wrong way. They need to spin the other way. So maybe I need another gear shift, or I just need to spin this whole thing the other way. There we go. So that should be spinning the right way, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So now we can place the crushers down, and they should both be spinning into each other. Perfect. If I grab some cobblestone and we throw it on top, let me tower up here for this. Oh, I'm wearing my thing here. Alright, you throw it in the top, and it crushes it down. And to look at that, we got some gravel. And you can do it again. You can take the gravel and you can crush the gravel down into some sand. So look at that. We got infinite sand. Remember all of those times we were trying to find sand during the live streams? Now we don't have to worry about that because we can just make cobblestone into gravel and then into sand. We don't have to worry about it anymore, which is amazing. Let's see, what else can we make with Create? The main thing that I'm going to want to make is using these fluid tanks and these steam engines. It makes a giant steam engine that has a ton of rotational power. The fluid tanks themselves aren't that expensive. It's just some copper plates, which are just copper pressed down. But the steam engines are super expensive. They each require a POG, a brass casing, which you need to put a block of brass onto a chromatic iron block, which brass is made from copper and zinc, which is heated from a blaze burner. There's a lot of crazy stuff. And the zinc I'm gonna have to find in the vaults. But after all of that, I need 4 black chromatic steel, which is insane. I have 4 right now, but still. So this is going to take a lot of time and effort, but I'm gonna do it because I love you guys. So let's hop into my little creative world and I'll show you what I've been working on. It's a work in progress, so if you guys leave any suggestions, I might do those, but let's see how it's going. Okay, before I show you my build, remember it's a work in progress, so here it is. This is what my base I think is going to be looking like. I've still got to do some texturing on these little parts right here, but for the most part I've got most of it down. It's going to be kind of this donut shaped thing around the middle star core. I might connect it somehow, I'm not really sure, so if you guys have any suggestions on that, that would be really cool. But on the inside, let's start with this. This is what's called a steam engine. So basically it uses a bunch of fluid tanks and these little steam engines on the side to create rotational power, which is super big in Create, obviously. I've got a little crafting grid right here with a bunch of items in it. Obviously I don't actually have refined storage yet, but this is kind of like my in-game type base. So it's just kind of an idea that I'm putting everything in. So if you guys have any ideas, I mean, you can basically use anything because I'll be hopefully unlocking everything. Behind me though, you can see there's this belt with a little mechanical press above it. And these are what's called framed chests. So let's say I put a piece of gold in here, then it will travel along here, get stamped, and then it should move right back into this chest over here. Which I'm gonna see if I can catch it. There we go. Underneath here, or actually behind here, I think I have, yeah, you can see this is going to, I don't think it actually has connected up yet, but it's supposed to run into my little system. We've got all of like the gears and stuff. This is a little mixing thing that you can push this into the way to give it some blaze burner power if it needs that, or you can take it away depending on if it needs it or not. Over here I've got a cobblestone generator, just mining away the cobblestone. I've got a little stone generator in there. I have to use a destructor and put in the silk touch upgrade, or else it will just, if I use one of these, it would just break it back into cobblestone. So we'll have to figure that one out. If you have any ideas, that would help, but we're gonna have to unlock refined storage for that. And then we have our little basalt generator over here. So we've got 3 little generators going on, just making infinite amounts of it, all with water and lava, or in this case, lava, blue ice, and soul soil. This is where the little refined storage area is going to go. This will have like a fluid grid, a pattern grid, a crafting grid, little drives here and here, just a little area here. Then over here we'll have all of the botany pots, which botany pots are basically just little tiny farms that create infinite amounts of whatever you put in there. So these have been running for a little while, but they're really helpful and super nice. And they're just all running into drawers underneath them. Over here we'll have a little brewing station with a little blaze burner underneath. Okay, let's say I wanted to make a potion of weakness, right? So right here is a slab, and if I just take it from here, you can get, there's an infinite source of water underneath there. So I can just place the water in here. I can throw in the spider eye. It'll go and mix it up. And then I'll have a potion of weakness, which you can't actually grab with the bucket. You're gonna have to get some bottles for that. But potions of weakness will be nice whenever I'm trying to deal with villagers. Over here, we've got the little library area with an enchanting table, which has all of the appropriate books, so we don't have to worry about that. A little grindstone, a globe, one of my favorites. Right here is where the altar is going to be. It's sitting on a little andesite casing table, which Iskall in one of his videos did this, and I thought it was really cool, so I decided to do it too. There's a little crafting grid here. There's a drawer with as many vault rocks as I'll ever need. Here will be my first pog and the vault pickaxe that I crafted before the update, and just some gold and some lights. And I can place my pouches right here, and if I've got something in them, let's say I have a piece of stone in it. I placed the stone in there, and see, it just got dragged out, because underneath is a modular router, which I'll explain these later whenever I unlock them. But it basically just pulls it into the modular router, sends it right into the barrel, and the barrel sends it back into my system, which is pretty nice. It's fairly slow, so I might have to get like stack upgrades or something, but we'll see. Over here we've got a little hammock so I can sleep through the day, and we've got a little bed here so I can sleep through the night. So it's just right next to each other with a little chandelier, which is hanging by sticks, which don't actually connect to it, but you know. Over here we've got a little nice dinner table, just sitting here for no other reason other than to fill the space. Here we'll have Peter, our famous axolotl. He will swim around in his little habitat. I'm using framed trapdoors, which any framed item takes whatever block you place on it, so normally they look like this. But whenever you take a block, let's say like this glass, it'll take what it looks like, which it's a little buggy, but that's okay. Over here I'll have an armor stand with some armor on it, a target dummy which tells you like your DPS and the amount of damage you're doing. My little transmogrification table will be over here. And then over here I'll have like the smithing table, stone cutter, an anvil, which this is a vault anvil which never breaks. It's pretty expensive using chromatic steel blocks and black chromatic steel, but it's definitely worth it once you get it because you never have to make another anvil ever again. Over here is where I'll have all of like the vault stuff. So you can create your armor here, you can recycle it, upgrade it, you can make all the different tools. Super nice, right? And then behind me is this giant like vault forge type thing that just looks cool. It doesn't really have a purpose, but it's pretty cool. I kind of copied the idea from here. I know I don't have like furnaces or anything, but I am going to get Mechanism, which has like super cool like furnace type things, which is really helpful, so I don't really need them right now. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Over here is the black market and the bounty table just sitting there. I might make a little something around there, but for now that's what it looks like. Over here we've got the vault portal, which I'll have my elytra here so I can remember to place it. Whenever I go into vaults, I'll just stick it right there, and it won't be taking up space in my inventory. Over here will be my nether portal, which nether portals in sky vaults are just as sky vaulty as the overworld, so we're gonna have to make some farms in here or something, but we'll see. For now though, I'm just gonna keep it broken because it's loud, so I think I forgot to show this off. This is the little vault soul diffuser, which if you don't know, you can take any item from the vault. So let's say I take this little hamburger. You can put it in here, and it will turn it into this soul dust. And this soul dust, if you take, you can craft 9 of them into a soul shard. So this is really helpful. The only reason I don't have it in my other world is that it requires a soul flame, which requires a wither skeleton skull, which I don't have, and there's no other way to get other than killing wither skeletons. So we're gonna have to make some sort of mob farm in the nether at some point, but we'll get to that eventually. Finally, over here, we've got the spirit extractor, so whenever I die in a vault, I'll just bring it over from the vault portal all the way over to here, place it on here. Just a little cool area. The only thing that's really useful is this. It just looks cool. And then this is the last thing with all the mob cages from Cagerium. This has all of the mobs that I'll ever really need to have here. There is a way to get wither skeleton skulls if you find a wither skeleton mob egg, which you get from using the mystery eggs, which mystery eggs normally just give you like a passive mob, like this salmon. but if you combine it with a bunch of other stuff, you can make a mystery hostile egg, which obviously lets you roll like the wither skeletons. On this side, we have the mob terrariums, which are all the passive mobs that I'll need. There are some passive mobs over here that I'm missing, I guess, but the polar bear takes up 2 of them, so that won't be a problem there. And then I don't know whether the vault altar needs tropical fish, so if it does, then I'll trade out this glow squid for tropical fish, but until then, it's gonna be glow squid just because. And then up here, we've got all of the librarians and traders and villagers that I'll need, as well as a bunch of iron farms. And up here we have a breeder with a modular router that takes the villagers from the breeder to here vertically instead of using hoppers, which would like make some sort of stair step thing. Anyways, it'll take it from here to here into the incubator and it'll grow it up. And once it's grown up, then I can send it to a converter, which will make it a zombie villager, and then a villager, which will lower the trade cost, and then I can do it 2 more times to make sure it goes down to 1 every time. Which I don't know if I'll keep this whole thing for now. Ooh, you can actually see the little iron farm in progress. And when this guy dies, I have modular routers that, yeah, you see that little line? The modular routers are behind there, taking the items and sending them into the chest, which sends it into my storage system. But yeah, that's about it. The only thing other than that is this area over here, which is the area that surrounds the whole base, which just will have a bunch of drawers going all the way around. So this is the idea. If you guys have any ideas to add to it, that would be great. It's too big to just use one schematic, so we're gonna have to like take corners at a time, or well, I guess there really aren't corners, are there? I guess I'll just take like a 4th at a time, and maybe even like a 6th or an 8th, depending on how small Create really needs me to go. But I'll be able to get into the world pretty easily, and I might stream it so that you guys can help me out with collecting the resources and stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a little bit of a longer episode, but it's taken a while to get out, and I'm pretty proud of it. So I appreciate everybody for the support. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.